Okay, so in chapter 12, the monster, trying to, after looking at the family every day, observing them, they wonder, the monster wonders why the family seems unhappy and realize it is because the old man is blind and the family is poor, hungry. To make up for adding to their misery by eating food, it gathers wood for them and leaves it outside their cottage at night. It also realizes that they communicate through sound and sets about learning their language. It learns that there is a young man called Felix and the girl named Agatha. This is proof that the monster is someone who is kind and generous, but people are always prejudiced and solely judge on what it looks like. Of course, if you see someone that has strange features, you see
Well, I think
someone,
horror movie did it that way, but didn't really.
yeah. But the thing is, if you see someone that is a little bit different from you, someone who doesn't really look like a normal person, you're going to be scared. You're going to be scared of approaching them, right? They're going to be something foreign to you. So it is human nature to be prejudiced. This is what the author was hinting at the entire time. The proof uh, the monster is someone who was kind, generous, but due to the fact that his creator created him in a somewhat ugly way, he was judged as a moronic as a moronic creature, a monster, and not someone who was just a little different. One day here, the monster sees itself in a pool of water. He realizes why people have screamed and run when they see him. Yet the monster became convinced that with gentle words and actions, he could get the family to see his past and see past his awful experience. Spring comes, lifting everyone's spirits, and the monster looks through the future with hope. The monster, upon discovering its ugliness, realizes that people judge it on its looks rather than its nature. In spite of that, it remains innocent enough to believe that it can overcome these prejudices, especially when nature, spring, it's the thing that gives it joy. So you can see that in this chapter here, there is not much that happens. It is just a monster trying to learn languages. It is just a monster realizing that there is prejudice among humans, and it is just a monster trying to assimilate himself with humans. Here, there's also one more thing that is a lot of the times prevalent in human nature in ourselves. When we see a new place, when we see a new setting, we are in a new setting. Like for example, you move to a new school, to a new town. The first thing you want to do is you want to emulate what other people are doing. You want to emulate what other people are doing so as to the
You
fact
mean
that
copying?
not copy. Like if they do something like and says that, oh, that's the normal habit to hear, then you do the same thing. It's called assimilation. You're trying to fit in. You're trying not to be someone who doesn't do what everyone does. So yeah, it's assimilation. It's not considered copy. Like for example, you're from a place where no one brushes their teeth. But then you move to a place where everyone brushes their teeth. The first thing you do is to not look weird, you brush your teeth as well, right? It's not copying. It's not copying, it's assimilation. It's trying to fit in. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? No? Okay. So we have already. Wait, just let me check this first.
Very tall, always calling me princess.
That's from like the last. That was from like the last lesson.
Can I read chapter 13?
Yeah, wait, just let me check this because I'm checking the curriculum right now. I'm not. Okay. Wait 1 second. Uh, okay, so today I will let you guys do a little fun thing. Because unfortunately
What?
reading something.
One thing.
Because unfortunately reading everything again and again is not that fun. As I
So
have
what is the fun thing?
My work is easy because I use ClickUp.
Okay, just let me load this
Here's
first.
how I keep track of all my time.
I'm debating if I should like let you guys watch the entirety of the National Theater at home, but maybe not.
Can put it in, read all my Harry Potter book. Yeah, there's only like 8 chapters.
Ah.
Just watch anime.
I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done.
Wait, I don't want to become an anime. It's like
The anime I just put in there, it's like an hour.
it's a brain broaden anime.
Hour? Oh man. I can't watch an hour. I can't watch that long.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know if we should pull up like The Promised Neverland.
How is that watching?
Okay, I don't know if I should, but maybe like whatever. Okay, just asking, but is
If it's
okay.
going, I'm just gonna block your mind.
I just have to ask like a real age question real quick. How old is everyone?
I'm 11. Well, count
Okay,
the one out. I'm just 10.
11.
Yeah, it's
Sarah's
14.
11 too, right? Okay, you guys are like 10 to 12, 20, 13, I
Yeah,
think.
I haven't get my birthday yet. In December.
I didn't get my 10th birthday yet. It's just halfway
My
there.
birthday is in December. So
Okay, 1 second. How old are everyone? Like, can everyone say it right now? Because literally
10.
no one is speaking.
I'm 11.
I'm 10. I'm almost 11. Almost 6. Not really almost. Still not a long time.
How old is everyone?
We have to have a month of birthday because my birthday is in December.
Okay, I know Luna is like 13. I know how old Moon, how old are
So
you?
how much are we need? How old does we need to watch this?
11. Okay,
Okay.
Helen. And if I recall, Ivan was 12, right?
Wait, so 10 is also that.
So 10 is 9.5 is like okay,
10.
11.
I'm 10 and a half.
It's 9.5, 10.
9.5 is like almost 10,
10
but
and a
not
half.
that much 10.
Or do we have to celebrate our birthday to be perfectly 10?
I don't really know. Come on. Like,
I'm 10 and a half.
I guess I am the only one in this class who's born in April.
Quite exactly 9.5.
Okay. Understand.
Okay. So,
Wait, how old are we? How old we have to be to watch this film?
okay, so like I didn't see uh
We have to be 10 or 11. Don't take 12 because I'm going to get out.
Side by side, Matt.
Frankenstein.
Have you watched
Let's see.
Frankenweenie?
It is 13 plus.
Oh boy.
Sorry, guys.
I'm 11.
Sorry, guys.
Wait.
I didn't realize that.
There's one person in this class is 13.
I mean, like, let me see. Why is it it's 14 plus? Wow.
14 plus? Wow.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's why
I-
it's not considered to be okay.
They are blood. They are blood. Right? They are blood.
No, there's how
Blood
about this?
cursing?
Oh man,
A bunch of cursing and some language.
Oh boy.
only 2 years in childhood get to spend watching Frankenstein.
No.
Oh man, I have to wait until I'm 14, like 3 years more.
Okay, so like
Why?
I need 5.5 years more. I mean 4.
I mean like okay. I
Let's just watch it.
unfortunately didn't see this. It was in the curriculum, so I don't know why it was in there. But anyways, let me see what I can do because oh god.
Why are there so many people born in the December?
And there's a bunch of people born in December.
Oh.
December?
December has up to 31 days. A lot of people born at time of
Guess somebody is born in
December?
December
Wait,
31.
Wrong date.
31st.
Okay, I'm trying to find something for you guys because today is like a
Holiday.
it's going to be a comparison between book and adaptations, but I read the wrong thing yesterday, so I unfortunately had to kind of like
Oh my god.
do a bit of a
Dancing frenzy.
thing today. So,
Frankenweenie.
That
anyways,
sign is a little bit more scary.
okay, just wait. Oh
We
shoot,
need
no.
to talk. Like,
Venn diagram.
I just want to see what the Frankenweenie was.
Okay, so we should be doing a Venn diagram today. Uh, okay, wait 1 second. Okay, so what we'll be doing today is a Venn diagram. So we
Oh.
have
oh.
two things. That is,
Oh.
shoot.
Wait,
this
why is
is book
Oh.
Book.
and
Book.
theater
Oh. Okay.
adaptation.
No. But can we still
No.
do Harry Potter?
What is theater adaptation?
Harry Potter.
Okay, so first the book.
Harry
Now-
Potter.
Okay, so can you list out every single thing that is similar in the book and the movie?
They both have Victor.
Okay. Let's see. Victor
Victor. Both have the monster.
Frankenstein. We also have a monster, so so book has like buff monster physique, right?
Yeah. Buff.
Chimpanzee.
Hey, there's a madman.
Okay, so it has a big monster. What else? Like what is similar?
Let me see.
Can the monster talk?
No, it's in the last chapter. Chapter 12 said still learning English.
Okay. I think it's the memory lost.
That didn't really make it a little scary.
What is the music of the computer doing?
What
music of the computer. Sometimes the computer make music.
They
Alright,
both have Elizabeth.
what?
Elizabeth.
Okay. Elizabeth.
The death of Victor's brother.
Okay. William's death.
I forgot his name was William.
Also, what is the name of the maid again?
What maid?
The maid that was killed for murdering Frankenstein's brother.
Character.
Is it?
Is it like Francesca or something?
Maria?
Wait.
No, Maria is like the girl who was thrown in the river.
And no, she's not in the book, right?
No. Unfortunate.
Oh man.
Do they have the poor family with the blind father in the theater?
No,
Oh.
the father was not blind.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's kind of hard, no?
Do they have the part where the monster kind of like just let's just say the monster kindness?
Yeah, the monster has kindness, sure.
Victor and the monster encounter, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that they are not the same words like in
Also,
the book.
one
but
thing is
sure.
different. I've heard that one thing is different is how Will's body, like Frankenstein's brother's body,
Yeah.
was found. Like, first it was found in a park. In the book, it was found in a park. And
second,
in
it
the
was found in a
movies,
boat.
yeah.
Found in a boat. I'm kind of wondering why would someone leave a body in a boat?
Yeah, I mean, like, that was weird.
And if they leave somebody in the park,
The
that'd be
haunted
kind of like
part.
too obvious.
I mean, like, the monster doesn't have knowledge. So, yeah.
Will's body on
So
a
is the
boat.
monster? So does the monster kill Will or somebody else?
Monster killed.
Oh, nice.
Who is the
Nice?
Not
What?
really nice. Not really nice. Not really.
Nice?
Of course
Not
it's
really. Not really.
not nice.
Not
Yeah,
really.
I
Just
think it's
saying
nice.
that.
Wait. I think the monsters.
I'm just taking it for the truth.
Like, seriously? What else?
Wait.
Anything else? What was the name of the maid again? I can't remember the name of the maid. She was such like she was such a forgettable
She's dead.
character.
Because of her name, I think it's quite hard.
Maid is always
Justine. Oh God.
Justine Martin.
Justin. Wait. The maid
I'm
named
glad I
Justin?
didn't name myself that.
Execution. Well, actually, it's Justine because there's an E behind it. Justin is like a boy name, and then Justine is a girl's name.
Justine, put with an E, and there's a girl.
Yeah, basically. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear the background noise.
Nope, I can't.
Oh, because like right now there's like some people drilling holes on the other side of the other like my neighbor's apartment, and I literally like am having to try and live with it right now.
Me too.
Okay, so anything else on the book? The monster learning
The
the
monster
Monster learning new language.
I mean technically it's English, but
Yeah.
is that correct way to say monster, or am I doing it wrong?
I think it's good.
Huh?
It
It sounds
is
weird.
a monster.
English. And the monster is stalking a family.
I don't like people stalking.
I mean,
What
the
is
monster is
What is stalking?
stalking is basically like
Following people without people being noticed.
yep.
Kind of like
It's
obsessing.
like okay, like it's like a spy. Like if someone like followed you around, look, and
In the
just
shadow and you don't know it.
yeah. I hope you don't get nightmares though.
I actually did get nightmare me being stalking last night.
Okay. Okay. Let's go. Anything else?
Nah.
I think. Wait 1 second. Yeah, Mary.
James left.
What did the family do?
What do you mean by what did the family do?
Like, what did the family do after realizing the monster is stalking?
No, they haven't realized yet.
know.
Oh,
They don't know.
Did the
So
monster
they
leave?
just let
Did the
a
monster leave?
monster stalk them.
Did the monster leave the words on their door at night, like in the book in the theater, like in the theater?
I don't think so, but yeah.
Probably.
Okay, wait 1 second.
Does
Okay,
the monster
so
say-
basically that's it. I think there's something more, but unless
about
you
the-
guys want to like look at the whole thing again, then sure. I hate ads.
Turning on.
I don't like that.
No, please not.
I hate that. What
I
on earth? I watch TV. I watch
Not have
TV
musical.
2 hours, and the ad shows twice as much.
You are a king, the king of silence. Build me a woman, please. I beg you.
Okay, so
are you sure we're going to watch?
Can we watch
I
it back?
I found it fine.
okay, so
This
these are
was-
just short clips, so I think they're fine.
They're good.
Whoa, what the?
Okay.
What's going on?
When was
Also there's this. Yeah, this is just like okay, here.
The monster
Huh?
stopped.
The monster's clueless.
Yeah, the
Because-
monster's clueless because like okay, how about this? Because the monster has okay, so if you were just born, you don't know anything, and then you just see snow, and of course you're going to be excited, right?
He
So
looks
what
kind of scared, not
the
excited.
monster is clueless.
Frankenstein is kind of like a baby in a man's body.
What?
Oh,
Because like okay,
he doesn't
think
know
of it
how to
as
talk.
he doesn't know how to talk. He knows only how to walk. He doesn't know anything else other than the fact that he is living.
Oh, does he know
He
that?
is.
Does he know that that kind of like his owner is Victor, his creator?
monster is so silly?
Yeah.
I mean,
Monst-
like if
Just
you
write the monster silly and
Not scary.
yeah, but like
not really scary, but just cringy.
Kind
okay.
of cringe. Kind of cringe until you saw the first movie. You just let us see, and then you just skip to the other.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
We continue.
Did he call himself a king?
Yeah,
Okay, so
he did know that.
recapping a bit. Basically, Frankenstein here says that Oh, he's still hungry. So so the man, I still don't know who he is. He says that, oh, it is in the nature for people to be hungry. People should be hungry. And then Frankenstein asks, why are kings and emperors not hungry while we are hungry? So yeah, so like
That's
so
the
Frankenstein
obvious
asked, like,
question.
am I a king?
That's the obvious question. But for Frankenstein, it isn't.
I mean, like, Frankenstein doesn't really know anything.
He doesn't even know what his name is.
He doesn't have a name.
Let's just call him Frankenstein.
But his name is Frankenstein.
That's a last name, I guess. But like,
Came from the owner.
And call him King Victor Frankenstein.
okay, I've never. If that were to make sense, yes. Okay, so one of the things that we have seen is that Monster is learning English on his own. So now we are doing the opposite thing here. And then we'll add this. So this should be a rather frail monster. Someone who is quite underweight. Also, Elizabeth, Will's death on a boat. Will's body on a boat. I still don't know why they thought a boat would be a good idea.
I tried to tell you that, but why do you not rate a boat, but you rate a park?
Learning English. Being a monster. Being hot. Monster.
Be talk by
Stalking a girl.
wait, what's talking the girl?
Yeah, stalking a girl, throw her in the river.
He is a boy and stalking a girl?
It's I mean, girls stalk everyone too. I mean, like, okay. I mean, like, yeah, so we
Yeah, I
can't.
hope he's not stalking when she is taking a bath.
What?
Okay, I don't know why it's not working right now, but whatever. Oh, so we're supposed to be like, okay, so it's supposed to be like this. And then body on a.
And then you write done.
Not yet. I'm trying to figure everything out, but I think I've got the hang of it.
The pasta in the middle.
Do they have pasta in Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Are you going to make a book and a video pasta?
Okay,
Really? They know how to make pasta?
Pasta.
pasta. That sounds weird. Frankenstein. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the Venn diagram that we're having here.
Now we're done.
Yep, we are done. It's now 4 p.m.
Well,
So what are we? Not actually 4 p.m.
It's 3:59. It's the same as 4 p.m.
58.
It's 59.
1 minute. 10, 9, 8, 7. Like,
Clock is 58.
It's 59, 15, 16 now, 17 as we speak, 18. There we go.
19, 20.
17,
But anyways,
24, 25,
oh god.
28, 29, 30.
Okay, wait, yeah, okay. So now what will we do? You ask?
Yeah.
we will continue with
Sorry.
chapter 14.
Wait, why is you just 14 everywhere?
Okay, here we go. Anyone want to read? What? Okay, Mary?
I learned the history of my friend. It's turned out that old man name was
DeLacy.
Lacy. He was descended from a good family where he lived for many years in wealth, respected by his superior and beloved by his equal. His son was read in the service of the scripture in Agatha at a rank with ladies of high distinction.
It's distinction.
A few months before my arrival, they have lived in a large and luxurious city called Paris. There they were surrounded by friends and all pleasure that
I think
small
you're having quite a bit of trouble with your connection. I can't hear you that clearly. It's kind of like broken. Does anyone have that problem as well, or is it just me?
I think she just speak a little small. I can still hear her if I turn my speaker a bit louder.
Okay, so okay, continue, please.
the father of Safi had been the cause of their ruins. He was a Turkish merchant and had lived in Paris for many years. Eventually, for some reason which I could not learn, he did something that angered the government. He was seized and cast into prison the very day that Safi arrived to compensate to join him. He was tried and committed to death. The justice of his sentence was obvious. People said that he had been commitment for his region and wealth rather than crime aligned against him. Wait,
Alleged. That was
Alleged.
alleged.
Against him. Felix had been president
It's present.
at the trial. He was horrified and outraged when he heard the dis- decision
That's decision.
the decision of the court. He made at that moment a promise to rescue the convicted man and then looked around for a way to do so. After many fruitless attempts to gain entrance into the prison, he found a great window in unguarded part of the building, which lightened would fight the dungeon of the unfortunate man. The Turks was inside, loaded with chains, and waiting to be executed. Felix visited the grate at the night, uh, out to the poor man. He told him that he was determined to help him escape. The Turk was amazed and delighted. He promised Felix a great reward if he could free him. At first, Felix refused the man's offer, but that changed when he saw Sadie. She was allowed to visit her grandfather in jail, and she managed to show her gratitude through smile and gesture. Can you go down?
Sorry, there was a someone just knocked at this door, so I had to go answer. It was some guy on maintenance who got lost. But anyways, stop.
Although Felix had not set out to win a reward, he had to admit that the prisoner was in
In possession.
in possession of the treasure that will fully reward him for his effort. The Turk saw that his daughter made an impression on Felix. He tried to encourage the young man by promising his daughter hand in marriage as soon as he could be rescued. Felix was too delighted to accept this offer. Yet he hoped that the promised marriage might someday take place. During the next few days, while the preparation was going forward for the escape of the merchant, Felix was enthusiastic and warmed by several letters that he received from this lovely girl. She found a way to express her thought in the language of a lover by the aid of an old man. He was a servant of her family who understood French. She thanked Felix in the most
Passionate.
passionate term for his attendance to service toward her father, and at the same time, she gently deplored her own fate. I have copies of this letter. Before I go, I will give them to you. They will prove the truth of my tale. As a present, however, the sun is already low in the sky. I shall have only time to repeat. Substantially of them to you. Sadie related to her
That's
mother.
Safety.
Related to her mother, Christian. Wait,
What?
what's the name of Christian?
Arab. Christian Arab.
Christian Arab, who had been seized and made a slave by the Turks. She had won the heart of Safi, father, who married her. The young girl spoke in high into ASEAN.
Enthusiastic terms.
Enthusiastic term to save her mother, who, born in freedom, rejected by the slavery where she was now reduced. She taught her daughter to re-
Religion.
religion and taught her to aspire high power of in
Intellect.
intellect and independence of spirit, puppet to female flower of Muhammad. Wait, what? Her mother died, but her lesson made a lasting impress on the mind of Safi. She could not bear her aesthetic of return to Asia and being well up in a
Harem.
harem to
The prospect.
the prospect of marrying a Christian and remaining in a country where women were allowed to take the ranks in society very appealing to her.
Continue.
The day of execution of Turk was set, but the night before he escaped from his prison, and before morning came, he was many miles from Paris. Felix had inquired passport.
Acquired. That was acquired.
Acquired passport in the name of his father, sister, and himself. He had been
Previous. He had previous.
Explained by his plan to his father, who added the receipt by leaving his house on the
Okay, just let me do this part because like I think it's a bit too hard for you. And if there's a lot of time left, then I wouldn't have minded, but there's only like 15 minutes left. Okay? He had previously explained his plan to his father, who had aided the deceit by leaving his house under the pretense of a journey and hiding himself with his daughter in a little-known part of Paris. Felix led the escapees through France to Lyons and across the mountains to Leghorn, in Italy, where the merchant had decided to wait for an opportunity of passing into some part of the Turkish territories. Safi decided to remain with her father until the moment of his departure, before which time the Turk renewed his promise that she should be married to his rescuer. Felix remained with them in expectation of that event, and in the meantime he enjoyed the society of the Arabian. She exhibited towards him the simplest and tenderest affection. They conversed with one another through the means of an interpreter, and sometimes by smiles and looks. Safi sang to him the songs of her native country. The Turk allowed all of this to take place and encouraged the hopes of the young lovers, but in his heart he had formed other plans. He was a pious Muslim, and he could not accept the idea that his daughter might marry a Christian. However, he knew that he needed Felix's help, so he put on a show of approval. The French were very upset that their prisoner had escaped, and they spared no pains to track him down. The plot of Felix was brought down to light, and the Lacy and Agatha was thrown into prison. The news reached Felix and stirred him from his pleasant dreams. His blind and aged father and his gentle sister lay in a dungeon, while he enjoyed the free air and the company of a person he loved. This idea was torture to him. He quickly made arrangements for the Turk, telling him that he should look for an opportunity to escape. If he had happened to find one before Felix could finish his business in France and return to Italy, he should leave Safi as a boarder at a convent in Leghorn. After making these plans, Felix said goodbye to Safie and hurried to Paris. There he turned himself in. He was hoping that the government would release Delacy and Agatha. His plan does not succeed. The whole family remained in trial in prison for 5 months before a trial took place. He and his family members had their fortune taken away and were sent into exile. They went to stay in the cottage in Germany, where I discovered them. Felix soon learned that the Turk, whom he and his family had endured so many difficulties, had betrayed him. When the Turk learned that Felix had been reduced to poverty and ruin, he had left Italy and taken Safie with them. Such were the events that weighed on Felix's heart and made him, when I first saw him, the most miserable of his family. He could have endured poverty, but the ingratitude of the Turk and the loss of his beloved Safie were misfortunes more bitter and irreparable. It was only when the Arabian arrived a little later that his mood improved. When the news reached Leghorn that Felix was no longer wealthy, a Turkish merchant gave his daughter orders. She was to think no more of her lover. Instead, she was to prepare for a return to her native country. Safie was outraged by these orders. She tried to argue with her father, but he left her angrily, repeating his cruel order. Okay, can anyone read last part? Anyone? Lily.
All right. A few days later, the Turk entered his daughter's apartment. He told her that he had reason to believe that their residence at Leghorn had been discovered. He was in danger of being taken captive and turned over to the French government. As a result, he had hired a ship to transport him to Constantinople. The ship would sail in a few hours. He intended to leave his daughter in the care of a servant. The servant had been ordered to follow him on Constantinople. Constantinople on another ship as soon as possible. When she was left alone, Safie considered her options. She did not want to go back to Turkey. She wanted to follow her lover into exile, taking with her some jewels that belonged to her and a sum of money. She left Italy with a young female friend. This friend was a native of Leghorn, but she understood the language of Turkey. Together, the two young women departed for Germany. They made their way to a town about 70 miles from the cottage of Delacy. There, her traveling companion fell dangerously ill. Safie cared for her with the most devoted affection, but the poor woman died. Safie did not know the language of the country and was completely ignorant of the customs of the world. She fell, however, into good hands. The woman of the house where she was staying took care to see that she arrived safely at the cottage of her lover.
Okay, thank you. So, in summary, what happened in this chapter was that where a young and dark, beautiful Arabian woman named Safie arrived at a cottage, the family's mood, and Felix's in particular, brightens. Safie does not speak the family's language, and Felix teaches her from a history book. As she learns, so does the monster, which is disgusted that a race as noble as mankind is capable of such evil. The notion that a noble and godlike species like man can also be evil disgusts the monsters and leaves it with a feeling of loathing. Gaining of language and the knowledge that it offers can be seen as a loss of innocence for the monster. As the monster learns about society and humans, the monster realizes that it has no society of its own. It's a monster, doomed to be always without family, without people. It wishes it never has gotten this way. It wishes that it never gotten this knowledge about society. which makes it so miserable. Key turning point here for the monster is that in realizing humans can be so shallow, he also realizes his own fate as an outcast, a monster. So yeah, in this term, you can see that Felix is the one. Here you can see in this chapter you also know a lot more about how Felix became, how the family became how they are now, and how and also on the and also on the monster, the feelings about the monster on humanity. So yeah, I would you guys already got the file that I gave you, right?
From 1 to 24.
The entire book is fileable.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I just sent it yesterday.
I think it was just from 10 to, yeah.
No, it was the entire thing. I know what I sent.
Oh, let me.
But okay. I'll send it again in case you guys missed it, but yeah. Here you go. Okay, so class will end a little bit early today because we've already gotten through what we need to get through today. Okay, so goodbye, guys. Goodbye.
Uh,
Bye.
Bye-bye.